The simple fact that this young lady in the original video made a distinction that she didn't want the man has African features. She prefers the features of those of us in America because our features are totally different, which proves that we are totally different people. Huh? Even people in modern day Africa are actually our people. And she's probably one of our people because I know the Kenyans, the Kikuyus, they're Israelites. There are people. Not everybody in Africa is an African. Some of you are our people over here. The Lemba people. These are my people. 10 of the tribes of Israel are in America. Only 2 of them were dispersed throughout the world. And that's you people in Africa who think that you're Africans and you're not. All the people who come from the Lembas are our people. The Igbos are also Israelites. You're not Africans. You are our people. And y'all were sent over there to modern day Africa in the slave trade because it was told in reverse. She recognizes her own people. Which tribe do I belong to in Africa? Don't you dare ever disrespect me, my ancestors, or my people again by calling me an African. The name, the title, the classification that was forced upon my people by the Caucasoids who came over here and colonized us. The same people that went over there to Africa and colonized you, cut off your limbs in the Congo, apartheid in South Africa, stealing your resources, gave you this monstrosity and said it was going to save you. Like, please help me understand, what interest do your colonizers and enslavers, your oppressors have in saving you? What can they or are they willing to save you from? Common sense is not common, but I'm going to need you to use this thing right here. Their only purpose is to do this. History, they're the ones that gave you that version of history that my people over here in America are from Africa, modern day Africa at that. Sadly, people who look like us are the only people on this earth who allow their enemies to come in and tell them who they are and give them their history, give them a God to worship that looks like them. The same people who are oppressing you and stealing from you. You are so gullible to believe them and listen to everything that they say. Like, their word is gospel. You hold on to everything that they say and they give you without questioning it. It's only people who look like us. So tell me, which tribe am I from? Huh? Those of you who love your oppressor's version of history so much, help me understand why the oldest mounds and pyramid sites are found in the United States. Huh? Thousands of years older than the ones in modern day Africa, or the place that they call Egypt. Okay, geniuses, here's another one. If modern day Egypt, which is in Giza, is the ancient Kemetic land, then please help me understand why Sudan's pyramids are far numerous and even older than the ones in Giza, the so-called ancient Egypt, huh? Also, please explain to me why those Arabs in modern day Egypt do not have a drop, not even an ounce of Egyptian DNA. But those of us in America who they call African Americans, we are the ones who actually have ancient Kemetic DNA. So if Africa was the motherland, and that's where all of us came from, then why is the ancient DNA in America? Huh? Please help me understand. People with our hair textures and similar phenotypes were all over the earth. We are the original people of this earth. We were everywhere throughout the 4 corners of the earth before the pale-skinned people came down and started colonizing us and stealing everything from us and giving us a God to worship that looks like them. Prior to the Americas being colonized by the Anglo-Saxons, it was notated when explorers came here to the Americas that there were dark-complected people who were actually from Africa. They were immigrants from Africa, as you can see here, that were scattered throughout North and South America and cohabitated with some of the indigenous tribes. They described them as being immigrants from Africa, and they also described their skin complexion as being very dark. These dark-skinned Africans mixed with some of the native tribes here in America. This entity that's credited for slave trafficking us and sex trafficking us all the way through Europe and into Africa made notations himself that, number one, there was gold here, so we did have rich resources. And they even talked about the people in the Caribbean as being the Aboriginals and their dark-skinned people. Another thing I've shown millions of times, the true American Indian, the Aboriginal of America, has coarse black hair, brown and copper-colored skin complexion. This talks about our features, our facial features, for the reason why you commented on that video where the young African girl who said that she's part Ghanaian and Kenyan said that she doesn't want an African man that looks too African. She likes the American features far better. See, and they notated our features. They said that our nose was different, our whole face was different, our face structure was different. Our features were bold and free, and it distinguished us from other natives of other parts of the world. Not only are our features in America different from other natives all over the world, but our skulls are totally different as well. Wake up, stop regurgitating false history, and learn the truth about who everybody is.